Jack! I'll be gone for a little while, okay?
You're leaving right now?
Yeah.
Where are you headed to?
My friend asked me to join them on a sweets buffet, so I'm gonna go eat a bunch of sweets. They said there's a discount if there's 2 people or more.
You're going out to eat again?
What's that supposed to mean? I love eating, and you should be happy for me doing what I love.
Besides, who is that friend of yours that you're always talking about?
The friend I always talk about. You know, the one who eats tons of food every time we go out?
Whatever you say. By the way, do you know what day it is today?
Of course I know. It's Christmas.
Anything else?
Well, I mean, it's also the last day of the sweets buffet that I was talking about earlier. So I need to go no matter what.
Anything else? Other than your buffet or Christmas? You really have no idea?
I mean, if I don't remember it, then it probably isn't that important.
Do you really not remember at all?
Oh, yeah, I remembered for sure.
Really?
Yeah, I totally remember. I should just get home by dinner time, right?
Sure. If you're gonna be gone all day, what are you planning to do with Amanda until dinner time? I heard she was gonna be doing her homework for winter break today, over at her friend's house.
Oh, yeah, she's gonna be at her friend's house while I'm gone during the day. And I texted her to walk over to her Nana's house after she's done playing, so I'm sure she'll be fine. She replied with a thumbs up emoji, so I'm pretty sure she saw the message. Oh, and I've already contacted your mother, and she said she was completely fine with it.
Got it. I'll see you at dinner then.
We've ordered some sushi and a Christmas cake for tonight, right? My stomach's already starting to make noises just thinking about it.
Your stomach's pretty impressive for fitting all of that after eating tons of cake at a buffet, you know. A normal person would go easy on lunch so they can enjoy their supper.
It's just that my body doesn't gain any weight even when I eat tons of food. So don't worry about me being too full to eat anything.
Whatever you say, you should really fix that habit of yours. The way you disregard everything else when there's a plate full of food in front of you.
What's that supposed to mean?
I meant every word I said. Literally. I'm going back to work. Bye.
Bye-bye. I'll be heading out too.
Isabelle, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna get home later than usual. I have something urgent to take care of.
What's going on?
Just some trouble at work. I wish I could just leave, but unfortunately I'm the only engineer in the building who knows how to fix this specific system error.
Oh no.
I've come up with a way to fix all of the issues, so now I just need to code it into the program and see how it goes. But I'll have to run everything to see if it works after I'm done. So it might take a few hours to finish it all.
I see. Are we still going to do the Christmas party back at our house? I mean, the sushi and cake are about to be delivered, so I don't think we can cancel it all at the last minute like this.
You guys can just start eating without me. I'm surely not getting home by our usual dinner time, so it's fine.
All right.
I need to get right back to work, so I'll see you at home once everything's done.
Roger that. Good luck at work, honey.
Jack, do you have a minute, honey?
Mom, is everything okay?
Yes, but are you already finished with work for the day?
Yeah, I just finished a while ago, so I'm getting onto the train to head back home.
Oh, you were working overtime today?
Yeah. I was supposed to clock out right at 5 p.m., but our whole system had a meltdown, and I was the only one at the office today who could fix it. Finally started heading home 2 hours late.
Oh my.
I thought it'd take at least another hour when I first started working on it, so I guess I should be grateful that it recovered smoothly.
I'm glad it all turned out well, honey. Since you're finally able to head home, could you please come pick up Amanda?
What? Has she not been picked up yet? I thought Isabelle had already went to pick her up.
I haven't seen her since she came to drop her off, honey. I thought it was about time that she got back from her plans to come pick up sweet Amanda. But she won't pick up my calls. It was starting to get late, so I decided to call you. None of my texts were being read either. So I was getting worried that maybe Isabelle was in some danger or trouble.
I hope she isn't in any trouble either. But if she isn't, I can't believe how irresponsible that was of her.
Amanda is just saying that she could walk home alone. But I can't just let a sweet little 5th grader like her go out all by herself in the dark.
You made the right choice, Mom. Wonder where on earth Isabelle went. She said she was going to a sweets buffet today, but they'd only be there for 2 hours at most because of the time limit. So I was sure she'd already picked up Amanda and gotten home by now.
Jack, can I ask you something?
Yeah?
I'm a bit concerned about Isabelle's treatment and behavior towards Amanda.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't want to be the one to point this out, but I'm her real grandmother, and you're her real uncle. We have the responsibility and will to take care of Amanda, since we always have been and always will be her family. But that isn't the case for Isabelle.
Yeah, I get it.
And on top of that, her real parents, Adam and Bella, ended up getting a divorce because they both decided to cheat on each other. And Amanda had to deal with that at such a young age. Then she suddenly got adopted by you. And she was forced to live in a new environment, leaving everyone she knew behind. This is the first Christmas after that life started, isn't it? For a girl at such a young age to face getting willfully abandoned by her own parents. The pain she's feeling right now is unimaginable, Jack. You guys need to talk this out and take better care of her. I need you two to build a warm and welcoming family for her until your house becomes her home. Please, don't hurt this child anymore and make some fun memories tonight as a family.
Of course, Mom. I'll do whatever I can. We're still getting the hang of this situation, but I'm sure we'll make it out.
I hope so, honey.
I'll talk this out with Isabelle again.
If you two need any help with anything, please let me know, because I'm willing to help with anything for that beautiful little child.
Thanks, Mom. It really means a lot. I know this is sudden, but could you let Amanda stay over at your house for a bit longer?
Of course, honey, but why?
I'm gonna go home first to check whether Isabelle's already home or not.
Of course. That seems like a good idea.
And just to be sure, in case I don't make it back before she falls asleep, could you please go buy another Christmas cake?
Sure. I'll go over to the bakery next door with Amanda and check if there's any left.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mom. I really couldn't thank you enough. I'm gonna get off my train, so I'll text you again once I check the house.
I'll be waiting.
Isabelle! Pick up right now!
Oh, it's you. Hi, Jack.
Where on earth are you right now? My mom texted me and told me about how you just left Amanda over at her house and didn't even bother to come pick her up or even answer the damn phone. And why are the sushi and cake that we ordered all gone? That was for us three to celebrate together. I don't understand the situation at all. None of this makes any sense.
You're home already? Oops.
Do you have a problem with the fact that I'm home already?
But you said you were gonna be really late today.
I worked as fast as I could so that I wouldn't keep the two of you waiting. Whatever. Just tell me why you eat everything without me or Amanda.
Well, because I didn't want any of the food to go to waste, so I thought it would be best for me to finish it all. So after the sweets buffet, I brought my girls back home with me. We had a Christmas party together and ate it all.
And you decided to go out again? Where are you right now?
Yeah, someone said we should go out to get a few drinks, so I went with them. We're in a bar right now, but did I do something wrong?
Yes, as I've said multiple times in the past 5 minutes, why didn't you pick up Amanda?
Because she's not a people person, and she doesn't know any of my friends. So I thought she wouldn't be the type to want to go party with ladies that she met for the first time.
You're missing the point. Why did you party with your friends while leaving Amanda, the special girl, back at her grandma's house?
What does special girl even mean?
You can't be serious right now. Did you really forget what day it is today?
Just tell me.
Did I not ask you if you remembered what day it is today? Back when I was texting you during lunchtime?
Yeah, it's Christmas.
The other main event of today!
Huh?
You told me that I didn't even have to say it because you already knew. Was that a lie then?
Oh, I guess I remembered up until lunch, but I forgot after eating.
It's Amanda's birthday, you idiot! Amanda was born on December 25th, the same day as Christmas! Can't believe you forgot about your own daughter's birthday. This is ridiculous. There couldn't possibly be an easier day to remember. She was born on the same day as Christ, for God's sakes. She told us on the day she became our daughter, don't you remember? I didn't plan a party today because it was Christmas, Isabelle. I planned this party because it was Amanda's birthday, and I wanted to give her at least one happy memory on the day she was born to her heartless parents. That's why I ordered sushi and cake, her favorite. And you just destroyed it all with your friends!
But I thought you prepared cake and sushi because they were my favorites.
I obviously wouldn't have said no to you eating any, and it was for the three of us. But we were supposed to be there to let her have fun. She's the birthday girl, so it was for her.
Oh, why not for me?
And also, about your girls that you've been going out with and ruined Amanda's birthday with, you actually mean Guy, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. Why are you so paranoid all of a sudden?
I mean Guy as in the food fighter who's been becoming famous lately. Arnold the Guy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
On my way home from work today, a few neighbors stopped by to talk to me. And they all told me that they've seen you two walking into my house while holding hands with each other.
Those people!
They also told me that they heard very loud music and chants saying Merry Christmas from the inside, and some very loud moans afterwards.
You're lying!
I had a bad feeling and left Amanda over at my mom's house until I checked the house to see if you were in there. And I'm really glad I didn't, because if she saw the meal that she had been looking forward to all day, and the whole house messed up like it was, I can't even begin to imagine how shocked and hurt she would have been.
I can explain.
We're getting divorced.
No, please.
I'll be sure to send in a message about this to your parents as well.
Please, calm down. You're the one who said that Amanda needed a mother in the first place.
How do you have the nerve to call yourself a mother while going out and doing things with other guys? You've betrayed our whole family, and that's all there is to this.
You can't do this.
I'll send all your belongings to your parents' house in a few days. Don't ever come back.
Oh, please, we can fix this.
I'll be hiring a lawyer too. I'll be contacting you through them.
Please, just wait. Aren't you to blame too?
What did you just say?
You're always all over Amanda and left me alone like I didn't mean anything to you.
Didn't you have something going on with the food fighter guy before this whole thing?
Why?
I remembered something today. Over a year ago, I saw an interview on TV. He said, "My girlfriend Isabelle, she eats a ton like me and I fell in love with that part of her and confessed my love, and that's how our relationship started."
He said my name?
At the time, I thought you two just had the same names, but I guess it really was you.
Wait, please don't leave me.
See ya. A month later, we officially got a divorce. And on the occasion, I sued her for cheating. She ended up getting demanded $30,000 in compensation. Since then, she's been banned from her own house, and I heard she was working multiple jobs at a time to pay it all off. FYI, apparently the food fighter guy didn't know at all that my wife was married, and he came over to explain how he had no intention in taking part of the cheating. Since he came all the way to apologize to me in person and didn't know that my wife was married, I decided not to sue him for any money. By the way, after the whole incident on Christmas Day, my mother decided to call all of our relatives together to celebrate Amanda's birthday. And it ended up becoming a feast, with everyone bringing together what they had prepared to celebrate Christmas. Amanda was smiling and laughing the whole time, which helped me forget all about the problems in the world and just have fun. Me and Amanda have barely begun our journey as father and daughter, but I swear on my life that I will live with dignity and pride for being a father.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Mel, where are you right now? Where did your clothes and all your stuff go? Place is empty. Frankie's room too. Everything's gone. What's going on? Where did you and Frankie go?
Hello, Jay. I know this is sudden and might come as a surprise, but me and Frankie won't be coming back home.
What?
I met someone else. We're getting a divorce. Don't worry, I'll only be taking Frankie. You can keep Anthony.
What? Where the hell did this come from? What's going on? Why?
I'm doing this for Frankie's benefit. Let's face it, Jay, our son is a genius. He's always at the top of his class, he loves to study, he excels at every sport he tries, everything he touches turns to gold. He wins the school art and music competitions every single year, too. There's no doubt about it, he's genuinely gifted. Which is why I think he deserves to be raised in the best environment possible and receive a superb education worthy of such high intellect. That's why he needs someone who's capable of providing financially for him. Let's face it, Jay, that's not you, is it? I'm sorry, but our son deserves better than what you can give him.
What? I'm not filthy rich, so you're divorcing me and moving out with my son all of a sudden? I don't understand the logic. We have food on the table, do we not? I thought we were getting by. And why do you only want Frankie? None of this makes any sense. How do you think this is gonna make Anthony feel? Have you even thought about that? This is basically the same as saying, hey son, you're not as smart as your brother, so I'm abandoning you. See ya!
It's not basically the same. That's really what I'm doing. He's a good-for-nothing dullard that will never amount to anything. He's a failure of a human being, son or not. What benefit is there in having someone like that around?
What? How can you say that? Anthony is not a failure of a human being.
Yes, he damn well is. His grades are below average in literally everything. He sucks at studying, he's so clumsy he doesn't even get picked in team sports, he's useless. He never won a single prize at school. No, it's worse than that. He never won a single thing in his life. How could he be described as anything other than a failure of a human being?
Stop speaking about him like that! Anthony's doing his best. He works so hard and tries to meet your expectations of him. Just because he might not always meet them doesn't mean he's not trying. He skips on sleep to study, damn it! Besides, his grades might not be the best, but they did start going up over the last year.
Maybe they did start going up a little recently, but they're still only slightly above average. If that's the best he can do when he pushes his limits, he is obviously not cut out for anything special. Face it, he lost the dice roll. Frankie got the clever genes. All the study in the world is meaningless without results. Frankie's always been a natural at whatever he does. How did his big brother end up so useless? If we're honest, he'll only end up holding Frankie back. Do you want to end up with 2 failed children?
Come on, are you seriously saying we should separate them? They're brothers and they love each other. They get on like a house on fire. How do you think they'd feel about being torn apart? They're still in elementary and middle school, for crying out loud. It would crush them and you know it.
Frankie would be more crushed by growing up to be a failure and realizing it was all because he received the poisonous influence of his loser brother for far too long. We have to be courageous enough to make the decision now before it's too late. Anyway, whether you like it or not, it's already decided. I'm taking Frankie because he's gifted, he's going to do great things one day. My new boyfriend is very wealthy. He's the CEO of a major donut chain, but he doesn't have any kids of his own. He said if Frankie can maintain his excellent grades until he graduates college, he'll adopt him and appoint him as successor to his company. And the cream of the intellectual crop, with the support of my new boyfriend, he'll be receiving a world-class education of the kind that most people can only dream of. Then one day, he'll be part of the business elite, the backbone of America. Which is precisely why he can't be allowed to associate with a pair of brain-dead morons like you two for 1 second longer. Me and Frankie are moving up in the world. And me and you will be cutting all ties.
Just wait a sec, Mel. You don't just get to decide something like this all on your own. I won't accept it.
I don't care whether you accept it or not. Whatever you say, I'm absolutely not taking his moron brother. I wouldn't if you paid me. I hope you and Anthony enjoy your new life together. It might be hard, what with you two having a combined IQ of less than 50 and all, but good luck. Goodbye forever. Hello, Jay. It's been a while. It's me, Mel.
What do you want after all this time? Go away.
I'd rather you weren't so rude. I was thinking of celebrating today, so I gave you a call. I heard the news about Anthony getting into med school. That's my boy. I always knew he'd do great things. He's got brains just like his mother. I can't tell you how proud this makes me.
Oh, that's strange. I could have sworn you were calling him every name under the sun when we last spoke 5 years ago. Good-for-nothing loser, brain dead, a failure of a human being. You cast us both aside like pieces of trash.
He really was a failure back then, though. I mean, come on, Jay. His grades were below average. Let me tell you, though, I was astonished when I heard he'd made it into med school. My jaw practically hit the floor. But you know what? Deep down, I always knew that he had what it took to go the distance, to really do something amazing with his life.
You've got some nerve, woman. The only reason you want to snuggle up to him now is because he got into med school. I can read you like a book. You're as shallow as you are naive. He doesn't need you to celebrate for him. Now get lost.
Oh, wait, just wait. That's not all I wanted to say. There's something else we have to talk about.
There is? You mean you have more nonsensical crap to bore me with? Today must be my lucky day, huh?
Stop being so difficult and just listen. It's about Frankie. You know how his grades were so excellent back when I took him 5 years ago? Well, I'd like to trade him for Anthony.
Excuse me?
No one could deny he was the shame of our family back then. He was so clumsy, it was like he had 2 left feet, which naturally made him useless at sports, and his academic ability was even worse. But now he's in med school, I have absolutely no problem with acknowledging him as my son. Rather than betting everything on Frankie, whose performance at this point is so pathetic, he might not even make it past his college entrance exams. I think it would make more sense to invest our hopes for the future in Anthony, who's already proven he's the one who's going places by getting into med school. My husband agreed. He said if he's clever enough to get into med school, he'd have no problem with allowing him to live with us. Look, basically, you need to give me Anthony.
Wow. Just when I thought you couldn't sink any lower, you speak about our boys like they're racehorses.
I get it. Maybe there's a better way to say it, but when you think about it realistically, children are basically racehorses, aren't they? My life will change enormously depending on whether my sons succeed or not. It's only natural to want to hedge your bets on the promising one. You get that, right?
Like hell I do! You're twisted! Anthony isn't some tool solely existing to provide you with a comfortable life. Not only did you snatch Frankie away from his dad and brother, but now you're trying to manipulate Anthony like he's some pawn on a chessboard?
Fine. If you don't want to give me Anthony, let's trade.
What?
I'll give you Frankie if you give me Anthony. Frankie might still only be in high school, but it is one of the most prestigious high schools in the country. I'll even cover all his tuition fees and send you regular child support payments. You can't say fairer than that. I think this is a really favorable trade for you.
Wow, just hold on a sec. You want us to trade sons? What are they, Pokemon cards? Are you insane? How could you do that to Frankie? I thought you loved him.
You'll probably find it eventually, so I may as well just tell you the truth. But Frankie moved out half a year ago.
He did what?
He was doing great until middle school. Top grades, always winning competitions and prizes. He was the golden boy. But when he moved up to high school, he met a girl on social media who clearly must have poisoned his mind, because not long after they met, he left home. He did carry on going to school for a little while, and he did used to message me every now and then, but eventually he stopped showing up. And even if I went to meet him or lied in wait where he couldn't see me, nothing. I have no idea where he went and have no way of getting him back.
Frankie did that?
My husband flipped a switch. I've never seen him so furious. He invested so much in that boy's education so he could be his successor and inherit the company one day. To think all it took to destroy it was some bimbo. He threatened to divorce me if I couldn't get Frankie back.
No way. So the only reason you want Anthony is as a replacement for Frankie? You're using him as a tool to avoid getting divorced?
If I'm completely honest, yes. We had an arrangement. My husband, being childless, said that if I could provide him with an adoptive son and successor to his company, he'd promise me a life of luxury as a celeb trophy wife. If I don't hurry up and find him a replacement, I'm gonna be on the streets.
I didn't know it was actually possible for a single human being to be this despicable. You make me sick. I have no words. To think part of me actually thought you were being sincere back then when you said you were doing what you did for Frankie. Turns out you were only ever thinking about yourself. Does your selfishness know no bounds?
You can say what you want about me, I don't care. Are you gonna give me Anthony or not? I might not be able to trade him for Frankie, but who knows, maybe he'll go and live with you voluntarily. If Anthony can get into med school after being such a failure, anything's possible. Maybe Frankie could even become a respectable human being again if he lived with you. So what's it gonna be? Will you give me him?
You must be deluded if you think even for a second I'm actually going to go along with this. You're something else. It's time to wake up and smell the coffee. You're the one who got abandoned.
Huh?
You probably thought you were the one who abandoning me and Anthony, but the only one who actually got abandoned is you.
What are you talking about? What does that mean?
Frankie probably finally saw through your unparalleled selfishness and decided he was better off making a life for himself rather than relying on his deluded and very likely sociopathic mother. Basically, he had enough of you and didn't want to be around you a moment longer.
There's no way Frankie would ever think that about me. He's a genius. How could anyone so wise and intelligent have a negative opinion of me?
He left precisely because he's wise and intelligent. He probably realized that he was doomed to a life of being used and manipulated if he stayed with you. So he made a break for it and abandoned you. That's my boy.
Oh my god. After we spent so much money on him.
Anyway, I won't be giving you Anthony, and we won't be doing any kind of trade. In fact, Anthony is adamant he never wants to see you again. I also have no intention of letting him come anywhere near someone as dangerous as you. You can beg me as much as you like. I'm simply going to ignore you, and I will absolutely not be helping you. Leave us alone. Forever.
No, wait, please. I'm gonna be in so much trouble if you don't help me. Please, I won't have anywhere to live. If I can't provide my husband with a replacement son, his company will be successorless. What do you propose he do about that, huh?
Oh, is that my problem? Nope. That has precisely zero to do with me and my sons. Zilch. Nada.
Please, Jay, I'm begging you. Will you at least let Anthony meet my husband? He can do what he likes as long as he agrees to inherit the company. If he doesn't, I'm gonna get kicked out. I'll be homeless. Could you live with yourself? Be honest, could you?
Yes, very easily. It's actually kind of ironic, isn't it? You called Anthony a failure of a human being for so long, but ultimately, you're only capable of getting by begging from and sponging off of others. Looks like you were the one that failed a human being all along. After that, Mel showed up at my front door after driving a very long way to try and persuade me. Or should I say, my old front door. I'd moved house 2 years back and made a point of not telling her my new address. So I was surprised to hear from my old neighbor about the strange woman making a racket next door. Apparently, she gave up eventually, and her efforts to contact me and Anthony ended in vain. I heard she also went to the police to see if they'd help her find Frankie, but they told her no crime had been committed and refused to have anything to do with it. Ultimately, her worst fears came true. Her husband divorced her, and she was homeless. She somehow managed to scrape together the rent on a tiny cockroach-ridden apartment and currently spends her days in the depths of poverty, probably contemplating where it all went wrong. By the way, there's something I should come clean about. Frankie moved in with me and his brother 6 months ago. The stress of his mother constantly restricting his freedom, combined with the pressure put on by him by her husband to take over his company, became too much to bear. In order to pull off this vanishing act, he pretended he met a girl online and had decided to go and live with her. Then, as he moved up to high school, he put together a bare minimum of essential items and came home to live with me and his brother. I know he's my son, but if I do say so myself, that was one hell of a move. I was in awe of his decisiveness and strength of will. With his mom getting divorced, he couldn't afford to stay at the original high school he moved up to, so he moved to another one near our house. Now, he's living comfortably while doing the things that he wants to do, living life on his own terms. As for Anthony, he was over the moon to be reunited with his brother. The three of us intend to live our lives in happiness and harmony from now on.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.